I don't know.
So, well,
That's what I thought. I
yeah,
don't know what happened, in the way. I mean, these are some of the
it could
issues
be
with
us.
the
We're having
business.
a winter storm, so it could have been us as
Probably.
well.
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
It is. It's. I know. The weather is not good, right? Is it safe
Oh,
now, or how are
oh,
things in
it's
Toronto?
-21.
Wow, -21. Okay. It's
Yeah,
very warm. Very warm. In Chicago, I have
yeah,
experienced -40.
yeah.
And
So
I
what
went
I'd like
out.
to
When I
do.
went out for 1 minute, I know of what got frozen. So frostbite kind of temperatures. We have to be very careful.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is just sort of talk about the CDF leadership program,
Uh-huh.
and moving that forward. So I'm gonna I know you have a broader vision, and if when we're talking, if we could put them into little boxes so that
Mhm.
they stay in the
Sure.
boxes, because I think
Sure.
that's a better way to deal with them, especially if we're going to do
Uh-huh.
multiple contracts with you.
Correct.
And I had put them in a box already, so
Mhm.
I did not integrate them because I thought you were asking me about different things. So I didn't
Right.
think that CDF was affected
Mhm.
by what we were talking about. The only thing I wanted to clarify, I did not want to be stepping on toes in case that, excuse me, there was a misunderstanding that
Correct.
Jenny or Miriam were going to be doing the other programs.
Mhm.
I thought that's what was happening, and I
Yeah.
wasn't,
Okay.
I
And I
I
think
wasn't sure.
it's a very, very good idea to keep everything very, very crystal clear and separate, so that,
Right.
whoever wants to, pick out what products and services they need, they can pick that product and services out, utilize
Well,
it,
and if
and
one,
enjoy the
yeah,
members' price.
right. So the first one and only one that we have as a sort of we've agreed on the terms and stuff like that is the leadership program for CDF.
Mhm.
So to move that forward, there's a little bit of tweaking that has to be done, and but in broad terms and in principle, we have agreed on the program.
Mhm.
Um, so I guess what I'd like to talk about is what the next steps are and the timelines, because I need to prepare. Like I said, um, I'm getting a lot of requests, so I need to do the ones that people are going to pay. People don't
Correct.
wait when they pay.
Exactly.
So what uh, uh, from your point of view, you and I were discussing the payments. So what is um, the process, I guess?
Well, I think we were discussing how the payments are going to be transferred,
Yeah,
for,
right,
TQLMA club members, if I am
right,
financing them. So
right.
basically, we looked at different mechanisms. One is that
Mm-hmm,
CDF can make the payments directly, by
mm-hmm,
opening up their account in Standard Chartered, and it comes directly into, your account, for all
mm-hmm.
the CDF members who are getting
Okay.
trained. That is one way of
Mm-hmm.
doing it.
Yeah,
It's a straightforward, way of doing it. The other,
right,
mechanisms for, say, GEMBA engineers who needs to be trained, and that is what
right,
we talked about. So
right.
we are talking about basically training the engineers in climate smart social entrepreneurship. It's a very good,
Right.
an essential requirement to do,
Mhm.
train engineers for doing community service. So it's a very, very good program, for engineers also. So now,
Mhm.
when people enroll, the initial step is to enroll everybody into our program first. Okay. And we enroll them. And once the enrollment is completed, the money is
Mhm.
in our account, that, okay, they've
Right.
joined. And then if they need financial assistance after they enroll in our program, we will
Mhm.
develop a fund, which I've already, agreed on developing using my gold profits, basically.
Mhm.
And so that amount of money which we are making from gold transactions will be available from us. And for that particular, the company which I'm utilizing is HNT World Limited, Hong Kong. They have the
Mhm.
account in HSBC, and it will be easy for us to, incorporate that company in Canada also. And it will be a straightforward for-profit
Yeah. So
company
that's
providing
a
the
social.
funds to,
Yeah.
your organization to execute the projects.
Okay, so that's a second one, but we'll talk about that separately because I just want to stay on the CDF because we're
So the
Miriam is here
CDF, I think the requirement is
and
simple. I mean,
mhm,
CDF can, because, once CDF has got, as a non-profit organization, there are variety
mhm,
of ways the funds can be raised. And one of the ways is that, CDF can also accept donations, from all
mhm,
the, social entrepreneurs. And a lot of people are interested in, helping the woman out and helping, all the people in need out, especially during this COVID-19 time, So those funds are available. There are certain amount of funds which are only available to non-profit organizations, by very variety of different government funds are also available. And now I am, as a managing director of Child for International, I've got the whole team behind me to really help all the organization raise the funds they need to execute their projects. So we are also providing those services, to everyone. I'm talking about all the nonprofits, because one
mhm.
of the primary need and requirement for all nonprofit is to raise funds to execute their projects. So we are
Mhm.
providing that service professionally also to all NGOs, and making sure that they don't spend
Yeah,
their
but I
time raising
specifically,
money,
yeah, right,
and they focus on executing the programs.
right. No, I used to run a company that did fundraising for not-for-profit, so I'm well aware of what can
Mhm.
happen. I guess what I'm trying to get at is um, the financing for the community leadership program for CDF.
So now I think
Uh,
regarding the CDF scenario, I think it's let me work with Mariam on it in terms of
okay,
how we are going to be enrolling these 300
okay.
current staff member of CDF into our program, okay, into
Mm-hmm,
SAM's TQLMA club, basically, understand their financial needs. And then based
mm-hmm,
on, their data and CVs, which I'll get, from
mm-hmm.
Mariam, I'll individually work with them. And then if they need financial assistance, we will be providing them, the model of financial assistance is our Kardan Hasna program, to help them out in, acquiring the education. And once they are able to pay back, they pay that amount back to us so that, it becomes a non-depleting fund for us to help all the
Okay.
other students out.
So might I suggest this then?
Mhm.
You both work it out, and
Okay.
we maybe speak. Today is Friday, but we could speak next Thursday night, the
Okay.
three of us,
Okay.
do an update, and then make decisions. What's happening?
Exactly.
How do we go from
I
there?
think in terms of
So
the working, you already have, developed a program for Mariam and 300 people, right?
right, and so
You
the
already
next
have a
thing I was
document
going to
in
say.
place, right? So good. So you guys
No, no,
finalize
no,
that
no,
program?
no, no, no. Please, no. She sent me a draft of what the
Mhm.
program could look like based on our conversation. It's not 100%, it's a draft.
Okay. All right.
So then
Mhm.
what I'm
Okay.
saying is you guys, we meet next week
This
for an
is this
update.
is this is only an outline of our
Right.
discussions,
Okay.
That's
and
right.
the rest of the proposal which we are going to execute with the
Mhm.
beneficiaries is entirely different,
Okay. All
Right.
because
right.
we
Right.
decided about the curriculums, we decided about the
Right.
timings, everything inside
Okay.
in
Right.
place in the document.
Okay.
So yes,
Right.
she's right that this is a basically conversation draft which we did
Okay. All right.
last 2-3 meetings.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
And
Okay.
so
Good.
based on what happens by say next week, we may want to revisit that, Miriam. We
Okay.
may not. We may just
Mhm.
say, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. So let's
Mhm.
keep that dialogue open
Correct.
so that we can respond to what's happening.
Mhm.
And maybe we have to revisit
I have
maybe.
yes, agree with you. We can meet on coming Thursday, but I have
Mhm,
one question on the precautionary measures. That
mhm,
if the beneficial, like if the staff members is not willing to adopt such kind of model, that they are ready to paying because they are the staff members,
mhm.
they definitely having some hopes from CDF that we are going
Right.
to do something for their capacity building because they are staff, and like so many
Right.
other organizations, because organizations are spending so much
Yes.
budget on their staffs
Mhm,
capacity buildings and
mhm,
professional capacity building programs. So this
mhm,
is basically a practice all over the world, or even in Pakistan also. if we are saying that this is a staff capacity building program and the staff member is not ready or not agree with this model, that they are paying the fee first and then they will go to avail this program. So what will be the next step for us and for CDF? Because yes, I have already many times said to you that I really want to work with you on this program, and whatever will be the model, either I'm going to knock the door of any funding organization or any government platform that yes, I have this program and we have a partner for the implementation, and which is going to implement with us, and this is the fee of this organization, and kindly I need support from. So what will be we definitely second plan having in our mind also, that if people are not ready to pay to SAM's TQLMA, then what will be the next step? And
I think,
in my opinion, no sir,
go ahead,
just
go
1
ahead.
minute.
Complete the
And
thought. Yeah.
and in my opinion, might be me and my senior team is not going for taking Kardan Hasna also, because it's a difficult process.
Okay.
No, because it's a difficult it's a basically your community service. It's not a SAM's TQLMA service. It's your community service which you decided for your community, because your whole community adopt loans in under this model, which is Islamic Sharia model also, but might be as a non-profit organization, it's not suitable for us as well. So what will be the third step, that either we are going to for the raising of fund, we talk about any donors, we talk about any technical service provider organizations or platforms here in Pakistan like TEVTA and NEFTEC, which are the big platform, service delivery platform trainings, especially. So we have all these things also in our mind when we have a Thursday meeting, coming Thursday meeting. So we also have some work on this also. I definitely sent an email to my staff members now that we are going to start this sort of service, and this is the service fee. If you people wants to join this program, you will pay this service to avail this training program.
Service provider.
Exactly. So if I get some positive response, yes, definitely I will going to share all CVs and a membership fee to you. And but same question, everyone then asked me that either this organization where we are going to pay our membership fee is a legal entity, or what they have, like what sort of organization where we are like in which we are going to enroll ourselves, and we are taking the membership of this organization. So they are also asking so many questions. So these are the basically technical questions from their side also, and from me. I have already discussed with John Kerr as well that if Dr. Mufaddal's model is not applicable here, or people is not comfortable with this, then what will be the next step? Because I don't want to lose the program. I want this program. I want this service. But definitely, I'm not saying that John Kerr
I have already
gave this service free of cost.
I've already described my program, and obviously there are a lot of different ways of raising the money, for the program, and in whichever way I can assist, or Chalfu International can assist in getting, the donation, fundings, etc., from all the, able social entrepreneurs in our network. And we will look at the programs, and we will definitely support all of those programs.
Sir, if they ask,
not as a Kardan Hasna, if you're not interested in the Kardan Hasna program, it will be a donation coming to CDF to execute the program based on the program details and business plan, which you will be submitting to us. So it's very simple. Okay, I mean, like, every NGO actually gets the funding from a variety of different sources, and all those sources are available. There are government fundings available. There are, private social entrepreneurs, contributing their for good work and good deed. They can also support the whole thing. And, traditional, model, which every NGO currently follows, can be followed also by CDF. And I'm sure CDF, I think, is in place for quite a while now. And, before we came into, our agreements, I think we know each other for last 3 or 6 months now. So before that, I think CDF was there, and CDF was working on all of these projects. And I'm sure, I mean, you guys have got all the wonderful people and, able people to help, the CDF programs out. The Punjab government is there. Everybody is there. My interest in Lahore, let me clarify that also. And, what we are working on in Lahore is this Ruda project. I think it's a very, very high profile project in Pakistan, which the Prime Minister wants to build to save Lahore. Lahore is in big issues in terms of, water and number of other things. And this urban development program has been developed, which is a very, very high profile program. It's about a $28 billion, smart city program. And I want to really train, my engineers so that we can execute that program. And I'm interested in getting the funding and financing also of that level, for that particular program. So Lahore, Ruda in Pakistan, in all the projects in Pakistan currently, Ruda is a very, very high profile project. And I think you have initiated, this situation by really going to the Ruda office also and, finding out what is the status of that particular project. So I'm really interested in developing the human asset to execute that project. And, funding is coming for that particular project. It's such a huge project. And I think a couple of $1 billion has been committed by Chinese, donors already for the program. So that program is a very, very serious program in Lahore. And I think we should be focusing on that, providing the support for that particular and developing human asset for, executing that particular program. And, we need local people to really work on that project.
So that's great. So Miriam, what I would suggest is see what happens in the next week, and then what we can do is talk about how can this happen, regardless of what happens. I think that's what you're asking, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's so I will do some work on my side as well.
And
So
I
let's
believe,
make we want this. Yeah.
I believe, Joanne, that your program, VicTree Garden program, is very, very applicable, throughout the communities, underprivileged communities, which we find along CPAC. Every city has this slums, and
well,
we want to really help them out.
It's we have to we are being hounded right now by lots of organizations to do this, and they love the model, they love the membership, they love the ongoing certification.
Yes.
It's very practical, it's very grassroots friendly. It's all the things of where education's going. So
and I believe that all the programs which we have been talking about, my program, GEMBA program, the solar roof program, the Wheel of Life Farm School, all of these programs needs to be demonstrated. A proof of concept has to be built so that people can understand this. Your program is already on the ground. Everything is there. I mean, nothing needs to be developed. It's already developed, right? So I think that's a best starting point. That's the reason I thought that your program should be, we can initiate everything with your program. And then, after the human asset has been trained, then, different skills can be provided and on top of what we have provided to them, so that they can really move forward and, execute their projects very, very effectively, basically.
So what I would suggest to you is you recommended our program to Miriam. So I think that the urgency is on you to let this happen, because other communities want this program.
Sure.
And so, we need to.
I 100% agree. Thank you for your time.
I mean,
Joanne. We will work out a relationship, in terms of how the 300 staff members initially, needs to be trained, so that, at least the program begins on a smaller scale, for Mariam. And then, we move forward from that point on.
Okay. So that this can happen, because this is
Yeah, I think
I
it's
want I want it to happen. So
yes, yes, yes.
please talk about it, and let's discuss how it can happen, not
Sure,
if,
sure. I think we have
how it
agreed
can
on the
happen.
cost also, Joanne, so we know exactly
That's right.
how much is going to be
And
costing,
I gave you a
us to
good
do it.
price. And I
Yeah,
gave you a good price.
I know it's an
So
excellent price. It's an excellent
yeah.
price.
So,
Okay, so it's a good
because I
value
want,
for everybody. And so let's
exactly.
generate that finance which is required,
Right.
to move
The
forward with
reason I
that.
gave you a good price, by the way, is because I want it to happen.
Yes, exactly,
So
exactly,
it's
exactly,
just to make the point. So
exactly.
we just have to come up with the training, but I really want to do this. So
Correct, correct. And I think we would like to
I
see,
want to see a
This
VicTree.
is a
your footprint
this
in
is
Pakistan.
300. This is for the 300 people. Initially, we need the membership fee for SAMS TQLMA is 7,000, like 75,900 rupees, Pak rupees.
Whatever that
So
253 becomes,
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah, sir. I have multiplied this with 300,
Okay.
and yes, I will also, make a simple, small concept note,
Mhm.
and I will also put, on 2-3 platforms
Mhm.
that we need to train our 300 staff members.
Mhm.
If they're initially not able to pay, no problem. I will
Mhm.
raise the fund of this, almost it's 1 lakh rupees. So
Mhm.
I will raise the fund for SAMS TQLMA. Then SAMS TQLMA ensured the training programs for our staff members with the VicTree Garden programs. So
Right.
if they are not paying by their pocket, let's suppose initially, but yes, later on they should, because they are going to avail such a big
Wonderful
certification
program. It's
program.
a wonderful
So
value for them.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, so they must be having some responsibility in their court as well.
Exactly, exactly.
So initially we will pay for these 300 people to SAMS TQLMA, and I really wish that the people of our community is not only these professionals, 300 professionals. I really want to attach mothers, kids, even farmers to all these with SAMS TQLMA, because it's
Yes.
an excellent model for the community development and for the community services. But
Correct.
definitely, I agree with the John that we must start with someone,
Mhm.
with some programs now, because when we start one thing, then people, having some confidence on us,
Yeah.
that
Yeah, they need
and
to see
trust
the
Yeah.
on us,
action.
that
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. So then they one by one join our other initiatives also.
Right.
We
Correct.
can engage
Right.
mothers, we can engage farmers, we can engage other people. And one thing which we are earned from last 11 years, it's a trust of the communities and the professional people
Mhm.
on CDF. So
Correct.
I really don't want to lose this trust inside the communities. That's why I'm trying to generate this money from somewhere, like to request any of the partner, or any of the partner can pay this 1,000 1 lakh rupee to SAMS TQLMA to ensure that service for my 300 staff members and the VicTree Garden programs. So I also want that this could be initiated now over there for them. So we are very much positive, and yes, we are agree with the SAMS TQLMA membership fee also. But I have also one request that you also focus on some introduction of your individual organizations, because when we said that we are going to pay these fees to SAMS TQLMA, which is the service provider company, with our technical support from the
Mhm.
VicTree Garden programs. We are the execution partners. So you are basically the also having your own identity. So SAMS TQLMA must be now a registered identity also, because people are asking from us
Okay.
that
All right.
what is the platform,
Correct.
and this is also good for you, because we want to engage you not only with these professionals, we want to engage you on every platform. Yesterday I have a meeting with the Sargodha University, which is a
Mhm.
big university of
Okay.
and more than 3 lakh students over there
Right.
are studying So we also quoted Sam's TQLMA over there, that we have a one platform which is
Sure
working
thing.
globally.
Sure thing.
So
So I think now
never,
our services will be available, and to everybody. As a consultant, my professional services would be available. As a company, our services would be available. We have got Chalfu International, on our back to provide all the services of any kind which anybody needs, and they will make sure that everybody is delighted with the work, and we come out of this financial crisis which everybody is facing in COVID-19, and we want to help everybody out. An idea now is that we have done enough of talking, in most of these meetings, and now I think it's time for action, and we want to really start small and do things, so that people see the results.
We need to, right, and we also need to have an entity that we deal with it,
exactly.
unless it comes from a company that is doing a donation.
Correct.
So we need a paper backup, I guess is.
No, exactly. I think, and those companies are, have already been established. I have got my, companies there, for-profit companies. Now, CDF, I think, is a very recognized non-for-profit company in Pakistan with all the paperwork and documentation and everything. The only thing which CDF needs to do is now to open up an account in an international bank, so that whoever wants to send,
we have already submitted application, sir.
You've done that? Okay.
As per your guidelines, yes.
Okay,
as
good.
Per your guidelines, we put application in Standard
Chartered. So what is the status on that? I mean, how soon the account can be opened?
Sir, they require the board information, and we put all these board members at ID cards and everything.
Okay.
And now the case is in Islamabad now, which is the head office of Standard Chartered Bank.
Standard Chartered Bank. Okay. All right.
Yeah, all non-profit organizations account will be
handled by them. Okay.
Vet from Islamabad.
Okay.
So we are nowadays we are trying to search some references over there to put our file on the priority basis. So yes, application is already put it from our side.
I think it will help quite a bit, because our account in Freetown is already in the process of being opened. So once that account is opened, then we will have working relationship with Standard Chartered in Sierra Leone.
Yes, and then, they are asking for the. Yes,
we will definitely assist and provide that information to the local people here in Pakistan, so that they can facilitate the account opening very soon. I know there are a lot of scrutiny happening because of the NGO, and also knows about it, that NGO opening up a bank account of an NGO is not easy. It is not easy.
Especially after COVID, they make a very strict procedure to get funding, because everyone is applying for the COVID funding. So now the criteria of the gaining funds is very, very much critical from the government. Because and they are checking so much things.
And I know NGOs are being misused, for doing a lot of illegal activities.
Exactly.
So that is the reason why the scrutiny is there.
Yes.
So let's move forward. I think we have already started. The ball is rolling. We need to have all these things in place, and I think the most important outcome of this meeting is that we need to have a legal and ethical entities already registered, available, so that the work can begin legally and ethically.
Right. So
and with the right timing and everything. I mean, there is no need to rush. We want to do everything right, as Joanne, and Joanne is going to make sure that everything is done right. I know.
Yeah, so we'll connect the three of us next week.
Yeah, sometime. We will do that. And Joanne, regarding the things which we will be doing in North America, we will continue working with our partners there, in USA, so that all the engineers, etc., which are getting enrolled from the North American universities and elsewhere, they can also, comfortably participate with the VicTree Garden program.
Okay.
All right. So we will continue that discussion which we had with Alec. It was a wonderful meeting there, and we want to move forward with executing the programs in USA and Canada also.
I will discuss them with you if we keep them all in
Please.
their own boxes.
Yeah. We will do that. And so
Okay.
now I think we have resolved this Community Development Foundation, status and model. So it will be very, very clean, straightforward situation. So CDF is Mariam Khan's baby. She's running the show. And in whichever way
She's
we can help
gone.
her out.
Did she? Yeah. Did she leave?
I think she left probably.
Oh, okay.
Since we were talking
Yeah,
about
looks
North
like,
America and, like she's focused in, Pakistan projects.
yeah. Oh, I thought she should have said bye.
So I think
Okay.
it was a good meeting. Thank you for really initiating this so that, all the clarifications are now done and we exactly know the next steps as to how to move forward.
Okay.
All right. Sounds
All
good.
right.
Please keep yourself safe, from all the storms and weather, which is disturbing the colder part of the North America. So we want to really keep ourselves safe and, as soon as the weather improves, we will start executing it. Now, regarding, regarding the cities, which we have been talking about, let's, spend a minute on doing that. After Dalat, I believe that Markham should be the next city. And the project I'm specifically interested in doing is building this York University Markham campus, the $200 million
So
project.
Lloyd and you, hold on, you and Lloyd are working at that.
Yeah. I'm working on that, and you are there in Canada, so I mean, whichever way we can assist, in executing that particular program. In terms of, because we need in that program also, and to access all the Canadian fundings, we also need one NGO and one for-profit company capable of doing the project. And both has to be Canadian. So we need to have an entity in Canada, either SAM's TQLMA Global Canada incorporated over there, or using HNT World Limited, existing company, which is also owned by, a person who owns a land in Canada. So I believe that I will use HNT World Limited as our for-profit organization in Canada, and then we can work with your nonprofit, to execute those projects in Canada.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been involved with them, and I see them more like Lloyd is doing them rather than me.
Okay, all right.
So
no problem. But I mean, what I'm talking about is, since we were discussing this with Alec, in terms of utilizing our existing platforms so that we don't reinvent the wheel. If something is already existing, which is established, and if that can be utilized.
But he was talking specific. Yeah, no, he was specifically talking about the social entrepreneurship training.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you are going to be providing that training to GEMBA students.
Yeah.
And GEMBA students will be enrolled from Canadian as well as American universities also.
Right.
Okay.
And so, what is the broad brush for the GEMBA? I mean, when you say you want us to do the Climate Smart Social Entrepreneurship, what do you have in mind for that?
Okay. So like what we are talking about is very simple. Okay. Global Executive MBA is established program. Okay. Everywhere. In all the business schools. GEMBA is an existing program. Average cost of the GEMBA program is like about $100,000, and what we are offering is a great value when we are talking about doing that same program at 10,600, Canadian dollars, because these engineers
Canadian or US?
No, these are 10,600 is a Canadian dollar, because one PGC, one PGC is $2 Canadian, right? So we are talking about doing this 5,300 PGC program. So now idea behind doing this program this cost effectively is that, okay, now the engineers who are enrolled in the program are 100% working on the projects, of building these communities, and these communities which we are building, healthcare center and, school and everything, is profitable business. Okay, so they are profit generating entities they are building. And that is the reason we are offering this program so cost effectively. Okay, so now why I want to add this Climate Smart Social Entrepreneurship component to it is because they need to learn the climate smart technologies, which we will be teaching them. I will be teaching them. but the social entrepreneurship component has to be inculcated in them, so they are ready to work with any community, no matter how challenging those communities are. They can go to the deserts
Okay.
of Africa,
Right,
or jungles of Africa, and work with people over there also.
So I'm clarifying, we would be, FBSC is the organization, the Climate Smart Victory Garden is our program, but the foundation will be training on this social entrepreneurship, because we have that as a program as well.
As
just
a program.
that.
Exactly.
Just that.
Just
so
that program.
Just
yeah.
Okay. And
so
then
they will become
the
your members,
right.
at agreed price, which we are talking about. So they become my member first. They join the GEMBA program, then they will obviously automatically become your member. You will get the list of the members, which are there.
Yep.
And this is the first training which we will immediately begin, so that they are ready to execute the projects globally.
Okay. Well, we also have the curriculum ready for the social entrepreneurship, so we're ready for that as well.
They're ready for that. Okay,
so
fantastic.
So you're waiting for me to give you a life membership fee, right?
Right, exactly.
That's what you
I mean,
that
we have agreed on that, right? So now, I mean, and all
no, we haven't
other...
agreed. No, we haven't agreed on that.
You haven't agreed on $10, or we are still negotiating that?
No, we agreed for the CDF program.
No. CD, I'm talking about now training, all
I know, but we agreed
members.
Yes, but we agreed on the $10 for the CDF. That was what we agreed on.
Okay.
For all of you. No. Just a second. No. We agreed on $10 for all of your members, or all of them.
Okay.
The $10, but you asked me for a life fee. Remember that?
Oh yeah, life membership. Exactly.
Yes.
That we need to.
So that's
you need to arrive at that. Yeah. Okay.
That's right. So
good.
That's what. Yes.
And I think what I want to do is this life membership will be offered to 5,300 PGC, students.
Right.
Okay.
So
I'm offering my life membership, like 2 PGCs per month, that's my membership starting point. And then if they want to become a life member, we charge the 5,300 PGC, and then whatever your life membership is, we will be paying that to you.
Right. So like I said, we have agreed on the $10, so you are right, but you asked me to give you a quote for a life membership.
Life membership. Yeah, exactly. Work on that, please.
Because then that way they get their certification.
But it will be very nice because I want to link that life membership amount to my GEMBA programs, and it will be available to GEMBA students.
That's right. And then you want me, I have to give you a price for the training, for the social entrepreneurship.
Yeah, exactly. All the courses which you have available, specifically this Climate Smart, social entrepreneurship, module. And then we exactly know what is the total cost of really starting these GEMBA students with.
So the social entrepreneurship program has nothing to do with the Climate Smart Victory Garden. It's a separate program.
Okay, fine. I mean, it's a separate program. Give me the cost for doing it. It's part of your organization, right? And Victory Garden training should be part of it all, anyways, because I want them to become. I want them to become, familiar with Victory Gardens, anyways.
Okay, so give your price for the Climate Smart Victory Garden as well.
Victory Garden, in that Victory Garden module, you should include the components of the social entrepreneurship also.
I see. Okay.
Okay. All right. It's one program for design specifically for GEMBA engineers, basically.
Right.
Who are not social entrepreneurs.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, that's it.
I try to design programs specifically for my clients.
Right. Exactly. This is what we are doing for GEMBA.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much for your time, and we will move forward. Okay. All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.